Whether it is on the job or outside of work, being a leader can lead to great results.
And today we're talking about how to succeed being your own boss and ways to win people over.
Well, Chala Dincoy is a marketing expert and author. Today she's here to talk about a bunch of really interesting topics. Good morning, Chala. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so first off, you're an author. Tell us a little bit about your book.
So the books are always about trying to get people either to like you or to influence. Because when I worked for large corporations like PEPSI, Pizza Hut, and Frito-Lay, you had to influence a lot of people. And then when I went off and started my own business, which we're going to talk about how to do that, it's even more important to be able to influence people to get them to give you, a contract, a job, or to become an employee.
It is so scary to think about. Excuse me, I'm choking on a Tic Tac. I didn't want to breathe my coffee breath on you. It's so scary to think about leaving a job and when you don't have really a solid safety net. What are the steps if you want to become self-employed?
Yes, I always say Warren Buffett would still be working for someone if he had not avoided these 3 mistakes that I'm going to tell you if you want to be self-employed. So the first one is the bad timing mistake, which is I brought my favorite calendar, the Toronto Firefighters calendar.
Toronto Firefighters.
That's
on
right,
my desk
because I'm from Toronto.
out.
That's right, exactly. So I always say pick a date, and I don't mean like that kind of date, but this, pick a date so that you know when you're going to leave. So that's the first mistake. People just don't think, they're just thinking it's going to happen somehow on its own. No, it's not. Right. So the second mistake is not knowing what to sell. So I brought a mirror where you look at yourself in the mirror and you look at what can you sell, like what do you know? What are your skills? What's your experience? And then you turn it, and this is the part that they don't do, is you look at the market and what does the market need that you can sell them? That's the part that's the hairy one that people forget to do. And the third mistake is the money mistake. They don't save 3 to 6 months of expenses. And so don't do that, because I didn't do that, and I didn't sleep for 2.5 months.
Wow.
And I had nightmares every night.
Right.
So, but
stressful.
if you can save, you're good. So, and it's a formula, and it's called the work formula that I've created. W is for who are you going to help. O is own a specialty of something that you do. R is resist going back to your day job. And K is keep on trying, even if it takes longer and it's harder than you thought.
And why should people consider being self-employed? I mean, what are the perks here about being self-employed? Because, I think everyone goes, I would love to be my own boss.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes with pros and cons, right? I mean, that's what you think.
Yeah, you're all going to walk out of your jobs after I'm done with you. But, well, I make 3 times more than I used to. That's the number one. And my reason for doing this is really I have a little guy who, needs a lot of my time. And, he's 10. He's actually coming to Disney today.
Oh,
he's
nice.
right now. I'm so
Yay.
excited. So I have a lot of time, and he has special needs for therapists and special schools. So I have the flexibility to take him to those things, and those things are expensive, and they're not covered. So my job allows me, or my company allows me, the flexibility and the budget to be able to take care of him.
Chala, you talk about a lot of leadership qualities. What about even, improving your social life, winning friends, making people like you?
That's
Tell
right.
us
That's
about
one of
some
the
those
books.
strategies.
One of the books is about making friends like Apple gets customers, and it's really about influencing people. And the other book is about how to make anyone like you in 7 seconds or less, because Harvard University found that it takes less than 7 seconds to make a first impression. So you guys already decided whether you like me or not. But there's really 3 ways to get people to like you immediately. And the first technique is what I call the Jimmy Fallon technique, which is like, this is his microphone. And when you go on The Tonight Show and you're a guest, he asks you about yourself. And research found that when you meet people and you ask them about yourself, people would prefer to talk about themselves more than money or food. Can you imagine?
Wow,
This is sad, right? So, and the next technique is called, what I call the Hershey's Kiss technique, because it's about a smile. Did you know that it is as stimulating, a smile is as stimulating as 2,000 bars of chocolate? So when you first meet someone, I know it's crazy. When you first meet someone, you're supposed to smile right away. So the third technique is called the Lassie technique, because dogs love you unconditionally, instantly. So if you meet someone and you act like you love them unconditionally, you can trick yourself into believing it, and you actually make them believe it too. And that's how they respond to you right away. And 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
is-
and that's so important, especially as the job market is really gearing up. A lot
that's
of
right.
college graduates are getting
That's
into
right.
the job field, so those are great little tips.
Yeah,
Well,
and
thank
there's
you so much.
Thank you. There's a formula too. I mean, I have a formula for everything, and it's called the like formula. L is you lean in when you're talking to them.
Here, I'll lean back.
Okay,
Is that
thank
good?
you. Yeah,
Okay.
I like you better. And I is initiate. You go first. You say hi first. K is keep smiling because of the chocolate, right? And E is eye contact. So
All right.
and
Remember that.
there it is.
Yes, and we'll put this all on ClickOrlando.com so folks know where to find you who are watching. You're like, got to get somebody to like me in
Yes,
7
like,
seconds.
like.
I know.
I like
I mean,
it.
you need that whether you're going to be self-employed or
Yes,
whether
you
you're
do.
interviewing for a job.
All right,
advice,
enjoy
Chala.
Disney.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.